friends, it's Megan, and happy early Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is tomorrow, and because Valentine's Day is right around the corner, I thought it'd be fun to do a little video on some famous romantic couples and talk about their names. So these are pairings from history, mythology, literature, movies, kind of you name it. So in this video I'm just going to talk about 10 couples. I definitely thought of more than 10 couples, and so I'm going to actually kind of continue this on over on my latest blog post, which I will link down below in the description box. I encourage you to go read about some more romantic pairings there. But yeah, I thought I'd just do 10 for this little video. Be sure to comment below at the end with what your favorite names are from this video, of course. So the first couple is one of the first ones that comes to my mind, and probably many of yours, when I think of a romantic couple, and that is Romeo and Juliet. So that's for Romeo Montague. Romeo is an Italian name that means a pilgrim to Rome. It's currently number 323 in popularity here in the United States. David and Victoria Beckham have a little son named Romeo. It's one of the names they chose. And I don't know, for me, I actually know Romeo is probably like in his early 30s. It's such a name so tightly associated with the Shakespearean character that I question how usable it is, but let me know if you think Romeo is usable or not. And then his love is Juliet Capulet. Juliet, this is the English spelling of Juliet, which means youthful. It's currently number 253 in popularity here in the US. Definitely a name associated with romance as well. I think Juliet is very feminine, very pretty, and I find it much more usable than Romeo for whatever reason. The second couple I have is Jack and Sally, and that's from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and that's for Jack Skellington. And Jack is an English name. It's a diminutive of the name John, meaning God is gracious. Jack is currently number 46 here in the US. I know a lot of people that watch my channel love the name Jack. I think it's just a solid, good name. I actually think Jack would be kind of a refreshing choice as a middle name. And then his love is Sally Finkelstein, and Sally is a diminutive of the name Sarah, which means princess. Actually, like, Sally's not one of my favorite names, but I do have a soft spot in my heart for this name. I think something about it is kind of sweet, and it would be an unexpected choice for a baby born in 2014. Then we have Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. They had quite the love, and that's for Queen Alexandrina Victoria. Doesn't that name just sound like perfection? It just sounds like the name of a queen to me. Victoria, though, is a Latin name meaning victory, great meaning for a monarch. It's currently number 28 in popularity here in the United States. I know many people have commented to me that they really like the name Victoria, but they really don't love a lot of the nickname options for it, like the common ones would be Vicky and Tori. I actually read a woman recently, I was reading her blog, and she has a daughter named Victoria that she calls Tora, and I thought that was kind of an interesting nickname choice. And her love was Prince Albert. Albert's an English name meaning noble and bright. It's number 401 in popularity here. To me, I definitely think of a prince when I hear this name. I associate this name with royalty, and it has a very like formal feel to me. Okay, the next couple is Han Solo and Princess Leia. So Han Solo, Han is a variation of the name Hans, which is a Scandinavian diminutive of the name Johannes, meaning God is gracious. I know that's quite a lot. Reminds me of Hans Christian Andersen. Han, though, is also a Korean surname. And then his love is Leia Organa, and Leia is a form of the name Leah used in the Greek Old Testament. It's currently number 673 in the United States. I definitely think of Star Wars when I hear the name Leia. I think Leia is so pretty though, and it sounds like a lot of popular similar names like Leah or Layla that people are really loving. The next couple is Bonnie and Clyde. So Bonnie is for Bonnie Elizabeth Parker. It's a Scottish name that means beautiful. It's a name that is rarely used now in the United States, but was pretty popular in the 50s when their story was getting out. What do you think of the name Bonnie? Not one I hear too often. And then Clyde's name is Clyde Chestnut Burrow. Chestnut is a cool middle name. I like that. Clyde has Scottish ties to it as well. It's the name of a river in Scotland. And Clyde has like a little bit of like this vintage charm to me. I also think it just has an interesting sound to it. Then we have Napoleon and Josephine, and that's for Napoleon Bonaparte. And there are various meanings and various origins of the name Napoleon, depending on who you ask or what book you look in. So it could possibly be Italian, meaning man of Naples. It could be Greek, meaning lion, and German, meaning son of the mist. Definitely a name associated with this historical figure. Yeah, you might also think of the character Napoleon Dynamite, who that couple, he and Deb, didn't make my list, but that would have been interesting. And then Josephine is for Josephine de Boisnane. I suck at French, I'm sorry. I'll write all the names down below though. Josephine is a French feminization of the name Joseph, meaning Jehovah increases, and it's currently number 160 in popularity here in the United States. I really like the name Josephine. There's just something like substantial about it to me. I really love it as a middle name. I love it for the namesake for the Jo March character in Little Women, and I know a lot of people love it for that reason. Okay, the next couple is Bella and Edward. So, I did read the whole Twilight saga years ago, and I know Twilight is not everyone's cup of tea, but there are some pretty awesome names in that series. I really love Esme and Alice, but yeah, back to the vampire lovebirds. Bella is for Isabella Marie Swan. Isabella is an Italian and Spanish form of the name Elizabeth. There are so many beautiful variations of the name Elizabeth. It means pledge to God. It's currently the number 3 name in the United States, Isabella. This name has skyrocketed in popularity the last 10 years. Twilight definitely gave it a boost. It's a beautiful name. I think Bella is pretty adorable as a nickname as well. And then Edward is for Edward Anthony Mason, later Edward Cullen. Edward's an English name that means rich, wealthy guardian. It's currently number 157 here in the United States. It's actually a name that's just dipping a little bit recently in popularity. Edward to me has a very distinguished sound. It has an old-fashioned feel to me, but not too old. Maybe because I know Eds and Eddies that are in their 20s and 30s. I have a cousin named Edward that's 20, just probably hates the Twilight Association, but and he just goes by Ed or Edward, so I can kind of see it on a younger person because I know younger people with this name. Okay, the next couple is Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall, or you might know them as Bogie and Bacall. So Humphrey DeForest Bogart. Doesn't that just sound like I just made that name up, like I made it for a character? What a grand name. Humphrey's a German name and it means peaceful warrior. And then the lovely Lauren Bacall was actually born Betty Joan Persky, but Lauren is an English name. It's a variation of the name Laura, meaning bay laurel. It's currently number 72 here in the United States. Very popular Lauren was in the 1980s and 1990s. I know many lovely women that have this name. And then my number 9 couple is Noah and Allie, and that's from The Notebook for Noah Calhoun. Noah is a name that, first of all, Calhoun, I love that last name. Isn't that kind of fun? Okay, so Noah is a Hebrew name. It means rest. It's the number 4 name right now in the United States. It's a strong, simple name. I have said several times on my channel, it goes well with lots of surnames. I definitely see why this name has gained popularity lately. And then Allie even is for Allie Hamilton. Allie is a diminutive of names like Alexandra, Allison. It's number 200 by itself here in the United States. I think Allie is cute, but I do prefer it as a middle name and not as a name just on its own. I think it makes an adorable middle name actually. And then the last couple I'm going to talk about here on this video is Lancelot and Guinevere. And so that's for Sir Lancelot de Luc. It's a French name meaning servant, Lancelot. I definitely think of a handsome knight when I hear this name. And I don't know how usable it is, but I think Lance would be very usable. It would be a cool, usable alternative to Lancelot. And then Guinevere is for Queen Guinevere, which is a Welsh name meaning white or fair or white wave. Guinevere has a very strong sound to it for me, for a female name especially, but it's still very feminine. It seems like a big name for a little girl. Like, I have a hard time picturing it on a 6-month-old child. However, there are so many cute nicknames you can use that would kind of soften it and maybe make it feel a little bit more usable. So now it's time to talk about all these names real quick and pick our favorites. So the girls' names I mentioned in this video were let's see, Juliet, Sally, Victoria, Leia, Bonnie, Joséphine, Isabella, Bella, Lauren, Allie, and Guinevere. So my favorite, I like a lot of these names, was probably Joséphine. I just have that strong Jo March love. And then for the boys, we have Romeo, Jack, Albert, Han, Clyde, Napoleon, Edward, Humphrey, Noah, and Lancelot. My favorite is Jack. Just gonna go classic with that one. So do share, like I said, your favorites in the comments below. Be sure to head over now to my latest blog post, which you can find the link to that in the description box below, and you can browse through some more famous romantic couple names. Also, I always keep all my links down below to like Instagram. I've been posting on a lot lately, and I'll ask people like, the name Evangeline, what kind of nicknames do you love for that? I also post random pictures of my life and all that random stuff, so I encourage you to go follow me there. If you do name stuff or fun stuff, let me know too, so I can follow you. And I hope you are all having a wonderful Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for watching, and I thought I would include my favorite romantic couple now, and they are Megan and Omar. Here's a picture of us from last Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day.